Hi, everyone. It's Karen Whooley, and welcome to this week's Team Whooleygan live chat. I can't believe it's November already. It's November 3rd. We have less than 2 months left of 2021, so it's kind of crazy. If you're here watching, make sure you post in the chat room and say hello. In the meantime, before we get started, I just want to let you know if this is the first time you're watching this live stream, you can find out everything there is to know about me here at KarenWhooley.com. That's my website. Everything there is to know about what I do and how I do it is there on that webpage. So make sure you check it out. And while you're there, make sure you subscribe to my newsletter. If you want a direct link to the subscription form, this is the link right here at the bottom, just my website /subscribe. Every newsletter subscriber gets a brand new pattern for free. This year it's Pache, and I should note that there's only 2 months left to get Pache for free, and then it goes to a paid pattern, and on January 1st there will be a new pattern. And that won't be announced until January 1st what that is. But if you want to be able to get both of them right at the new year, or at least Pache now, and then the new year, get the new pattern, make sure you hit subscribe right now and get Pache. And along with the free pattern, you get 25% off all new releases. In fact, I'll be talking about a new release I have coming next week. You get first notification of all new projects. You get the details about different things, and you get discounts on new books if I release a book that year, as well as being the first to know about new classes and events and things like that. So make sure you subscribe. Things are actually going to be changing with my newsletter, and I'm going to talk about that in a little bit, but make sure you hit subscribe so that you can be aware of all the new things that are happening. If you are not watching this on YouTube, make sure you check out my YouTube channel. There is my YouTube link right there. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and also make sure you hit the thumbs up button. The thumbs up button helps me with the algorithms and gets more crocheters to see what I'm doing. So make sure you do that. And if you hit subscribe, you'll be notified when I go live here on YouTube every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Pacific. So make sure you do that. After the fact, I upload these videos to Rumble. Currently, I cannot live stream to Rumble. I'm hoping that sometime next year I will be able to do that. But at this point, it's just easier to upload at this point. So make sure you check out my Rumble channel. I know a lot of people have problems with YouTube, and that Rumble is a better place. It's another video streaming platform. I should say it's a better place for those people. So, and my Rumble channel is growing every single week. So make sure you check out Rumble as well. And the last place you can follow me is on Instagram. This is where I'm most active. I haven't been in the last couple weeks, but I will be shortly, especially with all the things I have to share today. I will be getting a lot more active starting probably next week. So check out my Instagram as well at Karen Whooley, no spaces in my name. I'm going to head over to the chat room and see who's here. I see there's a couple comments in there already. Good morning, Stephanie. It's good to see you. I'm glad you're here. And Renee, good morning. I'm glad you're here as well. And here's Linda and excuse me. And Daisy May, oh, you went for a haircut this morning. That's great. I need to get mine cut. I haven't cut mine since like a month before my daughter's wedding. That was September 4th, and it's gotten really long. Although I'm kind of liking the length. I just need a cleanup, I think. So, and some face framing. It just feels like it's all in my face right now. But yeah. Good morning, everyone. I'm so glad you guys are here. I hope you guys are having a great week. Things are a little slow for me right now. You guys know, all of you who are here, at least that have chimed in, know that I am undergoing maintenance treatments for my bladder cancer. And this last week was really rough, I'll be honest. I am feeling a little bit better today. Yesterday, my brain fog started to lift a little. Today, it's kind of back, but not so bad. I have one more tomorrow, and then I'm done until after January when I have my checkup. So, and then they'll reschedule the third round. So I'm getting there. That's all I can say is I'm getting there. Okay, so let's get on to what's going on around here in the studio. If you guys have questions for me, especially if there's anybody here new watching, you can just drop them in the chat room and we'll chat about them. So let's talk about the first thing is I want to remind you guys about the Time to Make the Donuts holiday yarn kit. In fact, I'm going to share the screen here for a sec on that. Let me, the Time to Make the Donuts. I designed the crochet kit, the crochet pattern for this kit, and the kit comes with 12 mini hanks, one full size hank of yarn, all different colors, a knit pattern, a crochet pattern, and a project bag, which is awesome. I've been using that project bag because I got one for being the designer, and it's awesome. And then she told me she had at least a dozen goodies that are going to be in that kit. So as of yesterday morning, I haven't heard an update since yesterday morning, but as of yesterday morning, she only had 8 kits left. So if you want that kit, you might want to order right now. She doesn't have a number here of what's left, so I can't tell you for sure what she's got left, but you might want to check it out. So this is the last call for that Chaos Fiber Arts kit. I'm really excited about the pattern. As soon as she allows me to share the pattern pictures with you, I will share them. The pattern won't be released in my store until next year, but I'd love to show you this pattern because I'm really proud of this particular pattern. So make sure you check that out. And I'm going to grab my pen here because I have another checklist, guys. It's just been easier for me to remember to do this. Okay, so what's new in the studio? I really don't have any new yarns in the studio. If you look at this box right here, it's pretty empty. There's a couple of skeins of yarn behind the sign that are for personal projects that I'm hoping to get done before the end of the year, but I don't know if that's going to happen. I do have 2 last designs I need to get done before the end of the year. In fact, I'm hoping to get them done by the end of this month. But one of the yarns should be arriving either today or tomorrow. And the yarn for the second one probably will be arriving, if not by the end of this week, probably the first part of next week. So you guys know, there's nothing on my hook right now. I am working on my son's Christmas stocking. I forgot to bring it back upstairs, so I can't show you where I'm at, but I'll try to remember to do that next week to show you where I'm at, but it's turning out really cute. I mean, the blue and the yellow, I think I showed it to you last week. The blue and the yellow really work well together. I sent him a picture yesterday because he lives on the other side of the state, and he liked it. So hopefully it'll turn out as cute as I thought. Let's see. Linda says, "Oh, good. I'm glad you're excited about receiving your mystery box. It'll be fun." Like I said, I wish I could do something with it this year, but I can't. I have to wait till next year. So for those of you who miss out on the box, you can get the pattern next year. I apologize. Okay. So let's see. So there's really nothing new in the studio. I've rearranged, you probably can tell, I've rearranged my yarn a little bit behind me. But remember, I did tell you that this box right here is the one that's going to show you all the yarns that are coming up with new projects. So if you ever have questions, that's the box to look at. Okay, so that's done. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen again here for another new thing that's happening. Let me get my, here we go. Okay, so next week I have a new pattern coming. If you are on my newsletter or on my blog posts for the news, you probably got this email on Monday, but I have a new pattern. Can you guys all see that? Called Old Blue Jeans. I do have it here. Let me bring my screen back here really fast. Let me get me on here. Okay, there we go. I'm on here along with the Old Blue Jeans. This is Old Blue Jeans. It's made with The bottom here is the Kobasi because it's got the elasticity in it. And then this is the Bellatrista soy yarn. And for those of you who like DK weights, this is a DK weight hat. So if you're looking for a quick project, I mean, literally, you can do this in one day. Watch a football game and it's pretty much done. I mean, the hardest part is doing the ribbing, and I would do that maybe like the night before, and that doesn't take me very long either. But the hat, I mean, watch a football game and it's done. So the cool thing about this is I use the Knitting Fever for real pom-poms on this. So let me put that on my screen, or do I have it on here? I don't have it. But if you go to my website, let me go over here. Let me pull up the big screen. If you go to my website and look at the blog post, you can see where all the yarns are. And I didn't put the pom-pom on there, which is interesting. But in the pattern, the pom-pom is listed. Make sure you know that on the 9th, this pattern will be released. And of course, you'll get the 25% off the pattern. It will come in print as well as digital. So I feel like I forgot something. My brain is still not firing on all cylinders. So if someone knows what I was about to say and didn't say, let me know. I see a comment. So here we go. Oh, Deborah. Hey, good morning. It's good to see you. But again, this is DK weight yarn. So make sure you check it out next week. I'm really excited about this hat. I'm going to be wearing this one all winter because first of all, it's blue. You guys know how I feel about blue. And where's my seam? There's my seam. I like how it fits for me anyway. It just barely covers my ears. Can ribbing be done in fingering and hat in? I'm assuming you're DK weight there, Renee. You could. You're going to need more ribbing though, because the DK weight is a little bit do. What's DO then? I don't know what that means. Oh, there you go. Okay, it is DK weight. You could. I like having a little elasticity in here, and that's why I'm using the Kobasi. But you're going to, like I said, you are going to have to do more rows of ribbing to get the circumference. So it's up to you what you want to do. You could do that. I'm not a fan of combining different weights on a project, especially, in fact, this one was hard for me because soy is a very fragile, what do you call it? Very fragile fiber. And if you rub it too much, it will break. So, and that's true with silks and things like that too. And this has got elastic and cotton. So cotton and soy are very similar. So they work together, but with the elastic in it, I was kind of hesitant because I was worried that first row might eventually rip, and we'll see because I'm planning to wear this hat a lot. So take that off for now. It's a little warm in here. So it's up to you what you want to do. And when you go with thicker weights, especially if you do like a cotton and a wool, that wool is going to wear the cotton eventually. So I just be careful with what you do. And the finer yarns tend to want to saw through the thicker yarns every once in a while. So just be careful with that and know that that's something that can happen. Okay, does that make sense, Renee? But you can do that. You're just going to have to do the math to do it. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing that one for now. Okay, so we did that. I should have kept sharing that because I forgot that the next thing I wanted to do is on that screen. Let me bring that back really fast. Now I lost it. There it is. Okay, so I'm bringing this back. I want to show you something new on my website that I did this week. I am having issues And some of you may have seen this, and some of you may not have seen this. I don't know who's seen this or not, but I've been having issues with people going to my contact form and sending me a message, and it ending up in spam. So I'm changing up the way I want people to contact me. Now, those of you who are working with me directly on I have a pattern test that's going through email right now. I haven't had a problem with that. And I've been checking my spam every day just to make sure that there's nothing from you guys there. So don't worry about that. But in the future, I want you to use this. Can you see this right here? This help contact. If you click on that, this is going to be my new support thing. And if you've got questions, you can search for questions. Or you can look at I do have some suggested articles in there. There's not a whole lot quite yet in there, but they're getting there. But here's the contact form. And this contact form allows you, if there's a problem with my website, you can even take a screenshot, or you can take pictures of a project that you are having issues with and upload them here to show me what's going on. And this goes into what I'm going to call a help desk. And it is a screen. I don't know if I can share that screen with you. Let me see if I can do that. Oh, I can. I'm going to stop sharing what I was sharing, and I'm going to share this guy. So hang on a second, guys. Let me see if I can get the help desk. Ooh, There we go. And I haven't put this link on my website yet. But this is going to be a knowledge base where all the questions I'm getting, I have a list of all of these questions that people ask me regularly. And so I'm going to have this help desk kind of thing where you can actually click. Like a lot of people ask me if they buy pattern for me, if I can put it in their Ravelry library. And this is my answer, that kind of thing. So there's going to be like a general area. There's going to be an area on orders, like how I find my orders, refunds. I get that a lot. I lost my digital pattern, those kinds of things. There's a couple more. I just have been putting them in between projects, trying to get them in. There's going to be another section underneath orders called crochet support, or just project support in general, maybe. And it'll have the general questions that I get all the time. But if you look up here, you can also, if the help desk doesn't give you the answer, you can do a new support ticket. And when you do a new support ticket, what it'll do is it's a very similar screen to what you saw in that little button at the bottom of my page. You fill out the information. You can attach up to 5 files. You can even put a picture in the description if you have a problem. And this is basically this is going to take the place of my contact form. So it's all in one contained system. And the system actually will send me a digest every day of questions and stuff. Because I always tell everybody, if you ask me a question on my contact form, give me 24 to 48 hours, business hours. So if you're on a weekend, it won't be until Monday or so that you'll get a response. But this way I have them all in one place. And if I get the same answer over and over again, I can put them up in the help desk section. And you guys will get have those there for you. So I just want to let you know, this is what's happening. I would prefer that people, if you're going to contact me, if I don't tell you to email me at my email address, to use this form. That way I don't lose anything. It's really been a pain lately because people have been coming back to me saying, have you seen my email? And I'm saying, no. So just so you guys know, if you guys can do that, that would be great. I just want to let you know that that's there. Okay, now I can stop sharing my screen. Awesome. So I got that. Let's do that. I got this. Okay. Are you guys all on my newsletter? Is there anybody here watching that's not a subscriber to my newsletter? If you are, just let me know in the chat for a second. I need some coffee here. Hang on. Okay. You guys, okay, there's also I have a couple different lists in my newsletter. I have the main newsletter that you guys get. And then if you're subscribed to my to my blog, it's a different list. And I had recently, as earlier this year, actually broken out my blog into 6 areas: news, project hacks, how to, oh gosh, now I can't remember them all. Business of crochet, freebies, and there's something, and the live streams. And you could subscribe to whichever portion of the blog you wanted, and you could subscribe to multiple sections of the blog if you wanted to. And if you were a newsletter subscriber, not a newsletter, a blog subscriber, you should have received an email from me earlier this week. I think it might have been even on Saturday or Sunday. I can't remember now. That said, I am changing my way of doing the blog. And you were supposed to, you had 2 options to subscribe to the blog. You'd get all of the blog posts for the week, but you could either get them as the day that they are posted. So like usually I have my blogs, my blog posts go live at midnight Pacific time. And so around 6 or 8 a.m. those days that I post, which going forward is only going to be 2, max 3 days a week. I'm not going to do blog posts on Fridays at all. But Monday through Thursday, I depending on what I'm working on, there'll be blog posts. There'll always be one on Wednesday that I do the live streams. These live streams always go up on Wednesday. So you would get the replay on the blog post on Thursday rather than Wednesday going forward next week, just so you guys know. So if you got that email and you were having an issue with clicking one of those, it opened a new screen and then it did not register, rest assured it registered. At first, the newsletter people told me that it was, certain browsers, but we found out it was all sorts of browsers all over the place. A lot of you reached out to me and I double checked and you guys were registered. It just didn't give you the thank you screen. I don't know what caused it, because there was just some weird thing, because I've done surveys before and never had this issue. And I've had surveys before that did have this issue, and they just can't tell me right now what's going on. So if you reached out to me and said something and I double checked, you are good to go. And there were, I can't remember how many people. Oh, sorry guys. This is my treatments that do this to me. One of the things it does is it introduces my my allergy response, and so I get these really sneezy things. Okay, so I only had a handful of people who asked me about the problem, but more than 100 of you were registered. So chances are you were registered. So just so you know, this week, I still have the old blog posts going the way they were, but starting Monday, it will go to the new cycle where you'll get all the blog posts. If you pick daily or the day it was posted, I have it set up so that every single day, Monday through Thursday or Monday through Friday, it will send you the blog post of that day. And actually it'll be Monday through Thursday, because I won't be posting on Fridays. And then if you chose weekly, you're going to get a roundup on Friday mornings, probably around, because I want to make sure everything goes through. So I just want to let you guys know that if you were not subscribed to my blog, Friday, you're going to get my newsletter, my biweekly newsletter with another block on there. And I am going to, if you've already been through that, don't worry about it. You have been checked, because it seems like everybody who clicked on that button, according to my software, has said they've registered. They said, they double check clicks versus what's in there. And sure enough, everybody's registered. And I can see that on my screen too, what you checked. So if you clicked on something, it did it. So don't worry about that. If go on Friday when you get my newsletter and it has the block in there, it's a different block. I recreated a whole new one. If you've already registered, don't worry about it. But you might want to save that newsletter because if you think you subscribed and by Friday you don't get anything, then maybe it didn't register, and then you can click on that or just let me know. So just use that help on the bottom of my screen and let me know. So there you go with that. Let's see what else is going on here. Linda said, I was checking your website about your new hat pattern. Under the photo, it said, oh, yes, that's a typo. I tend to recycle all of my blog posts about patterns, and sometimes I forget I usually try to do like a find this and change it to this, but obviously I didn't do that with this one. And I actually created this blog post back in March. So, so I just don't go back and review them. So I will fix that after our live here. So hang on, let me fix blog. Thank you, Linda, for catching that. Stephanie, having a problem? Yep. You're already in there, I'm sure, Stephanie. I'll check again after the video, but I'm pretty sure you're fine. And nothing happened. I think, Pat, I know I saw your name on there, so you're registered. So don't worry about that. And oh, good, okay. Yeah, and Stephanie, I'm pretty sure you're registered too. It's just, I'll just double check. Renee, is there a way to subscribe to all newsletter and blogs, everything at once? Not right now. My software that I use allows me to do things that I need to do on the back end, but that's not one of the features that it has right now. But I do know for a fact, because I did ask them that question, that's something they are working on. So as right now, no, but in the future, yes. Let's see. Lynn says, God bless you. I've been doing that all week. Yeah, my allergies just kicked in with these treatments. It's just, and some months it's better than, or some treatment cycles are better than others. This one I've been having issues with sneezing. So even with all my allergy medicines and stuff. So interesting how that all works. Okay, so we talked about the newsletter. Okay, so you write down here to check Stephanie. Stephanie, if you don't hear from me, that means you're fine. You're going to receive blog posts. But if you don't hear from me, if you do hear from me, then I'll just ask you which way you want to go. But I'm pretty sure you're there. Okay, so one of the biggest questions I've been getting lately in my inbox, and just seeing on my social media, other designers talking about it, and I don't know if it's the pandemic that's doing this, or people are just wanting to get rid of stash, or, oh, I forgot to mention, I knew it. Did I mention the sample sale, guys? If you were on my newsletter, you also should know about my sample sale. There's a link to my sample sale. Let me do that first. I am selling off, I told you guys this last week and the week before, I think we talked about it. I'm selling off shawls and socks that are the actual samples from my patterns. And if you're on my newsletter, you got the newsletter. And those of you who purchased from me, thank you very much. I went from 31 samples down to 14. So I still have 14, mostly shawls and socks. I have a couple cowls. One cowl that I should mention that I'm surprised has not gone yet is the Pasadena button cowl. That is like super expensive yarn, first of all. It fits everyone, and it has hand cast buttons on it that were made by Poly Studios, who makes the cool mugs. That, like, I have one. I'm sure you've seen it. I've used it a couple times on video. It hasn't been. Oh, it's been a while though. Like, I have the Outlander mug. So you might want to check those out. Because there's 14 left. They're going to be on sale until they're gone. I'm hoping that before my Black Friday sale, they'll be gone. If not, after the Black Friday weekend sale, I will probably donate what's left. So if you're interested, get what you want. Somebody, I think it was Kelly. And Kelly, if you're watching later, I'm assuming you're probably at work today. I still have a lot of socks, and you had mentioned you were interested in socks. So just to let you know, they're there. So make sure you check that out. And if you haven't already, and I am going to take this link off here really quick. Can I see there's a comment? I can. Hang on one second. Let me, it's in the other room. So hang on one second. Let me go grab it really fast. Okay, I just brought the whole box in here. I used another room as a staging for all my shipping because I was shipping packages like crazy on Monday. Okay, so this is the button cowl. What's really cool is you can take the buttons off. I mean, not off, but unbutton it. And you can adjust how you wear the cowl. So it's an adjustable cowl. You can wear it long. You can wear it short like this. I like it like this. This is how it's pictured. The gal who wore it in the pattern, she had really narrow shoulders. So it looks bigger on her than it actually is. I mean, if I put it on, this is what it looks like. It's really cute. I like it. I just have so many cowls right now that I don't know what to do with this one. This one kind of means a little bit to me. I don't know if any of you read the information about the pattern itself. It's really cute. It's really pretty. The pattern, Pasadena, is kind of part of my history, I guess. For those of you who don't know, I'm a New Year's baby. I was born at midnight and 25 seconds. So I was the first baby of the year. But it also meant that I shared my birthday with the Rose Bowl. And I don't know if I've ever told this story before, but I love football. Don't get me wrong. College football, NFL football, high school football. I grew up, my dad was a big Oakland Raiders fan when I was little, and I grew up and cut my teeth on learning football, watching the Oakland Raiders back in the 70s. Kenny Stabler, Jim Plunkett, Marcus Allen. If you know any of those names, you know who I'm talking about. The era of the Oakland Raiders with Al Davis and John Madden. John Madden used to go to my church. In fact, on weekends before games, he would be sitting in the pew behind my family, and he'd have to leave right after communion so that he could get to Oakland in time for the game or for whenever they were. So John Madden is a big part of my life. But I should tell you the story. So Pasadena and the Rose Bowl. So of course my birthday's New Year's, and the Rose Bowl's always on New Year's Day. And so I always used to love watching the Rose Bowl or the Rose Parade, every year on my birthday. But the Rose Bowl was always on when my mom would have my birthday party for the family with my grandparents, my aunts and uncles and cousins and stuff. And we would celebrate not just me, but my grandmother who taught me to crochet, my nonna. She's January 6th, and my sister, who is January 9th. And then my dad's sister was also a New Year's baby. So she would celebrate all 4 birthdays on New Year's Day since we were all so close. And so of course we would have our kind of late dinner or late lunch, early dinner, and then the Rose Bowl would come on. So all the guys would be around the TV watching the Rose Bowl. And one year, I don't remember how old I was. I was probably like 9, 10, 11, somewhere in that age range. I don't know how they didn't see me, but I went behind the TV and unplugged it in the middle of the Rose Bowl because I was so mad. No one was paying attention to me on my birthday. And I still don't hear the end of that one. So, yeah. I was young and I got in trouble, and I actually unplugged it, I think, before the game started. And I think that was what pissed everybody off. I can't remember anymore if I went behind while it was on or right before it turned. I can't remember. But anyway, I unplugged the TV. So, anyway, so I got into a lot of trouble. But so Pasadena, when they asked me to do the Pasadena cowl, I kind of, that was kind of like a memory coming back. Just that's why that cowl's a little special to me. But if you guys want to see what else I've got left? That way you guys can see, because I've got that cowl and I have the lunar cowl, which is made in a mohair with a, it's got sequins in it. I don't know if you guys can see that sequence in there, but that's the lunar cowl. I also have the pattern. I know this is a recent pattern. This is the Summer Flowers cowl that came out in the summer, actually. But I have 2 of these. So I'm selling one of the samples off. Let's see. I have the Essential cowl. This is a cotton blend. This is with the yarn from Yarn on the House or Yoth Yarns that's no longer around. The owner of Yoth Yarns actually bought one of our local yarn shops here in Washington and stopped producing the yarns and just started doing other people's yarns in her shop. But this yarn is beautiful stuff. So that's something to look at. I have the lacy scarf. This is done with collage yarn. Collage is no longer around either. This is one of their DK weight yarns, and it's a lovely color. So there's that. And then I have Xanthopia, which is a shawl. I still have tags on some of these from when they were in shows or at when I was in the vendor market. This is Xanthopia. It's a ruffly shawl made out of shells. The picture does not do it the justice that it really needs. It's a half circle shawl, and when you put it on, it ruffles around you, and it's hard to do when I'm not in front of a mirror. But it's kind of a ruffly shawl. So there's that. I'll get to the socks here in a second. Then I have Desert Sunset. This is one of my favorite side-to-side shawls I've designed. It's a really like chili colored, orangey red with some black in it. This is really a pretty color. I would call it a shawlette because it's not so deep in the back, but it's a good 56, 60 inches around. So it's good for like a prayer shawl if you are looking for something like that. Okay, and then socks. I still have ribbon. I still have picant. I still have the purple. Let's see. These are cuff down socks with a heel and gusset. All of these here that I'm showing you right now, the yarns are no longer available that they were made in. So, and then I also have the greeny orange. This is cuff down also, but this is with a short row heel on them instead of the gusset. That's my mix and match. This is a toe up with the heel or the heel turn and gusset. And then I have swell, which are a rippled cuff. These are toe up, but then the cuff has got a ripple stitch. These are so soft. If you're looking for a soft pair of socks, all the sizing information's on the posts for these. So if you're interested in any of those, that's what I still have. The socks, every pair of socks is, well, most of them are the same size. They'll fit a size 8 to 9 foot. The circumference is, I think, 8 inches, if I remember correctly, on what's left, except for swell, and I can't remember what size swell is. But those are the socks I have left. But check the sample sale postings, and that'll tell you what sizes they are. Stephanie, you're not getting shipping options. What are you trying to order, Stephanie? And I'll look into it. There might be something weird. Tell me what you're trying to order, and I will go back and look. Actually, let me go into my products now. Sample sale. Anyway, okay, so I don't know. I'll have the Pasadena cowl. Okay. Let me see. Let me just check it really fast. Since you're asking me, I might as well. I'm right here. Inventory, shipping. You should be able to purchase it. Check back with me later. Are you doing it on Google or are you doing it on your computer? That sometimes happens with the shopping cart on mobile is not always that stable. Well, it depends on weight because first class only ships up to 13 ounces. And if the weight goes over 13 ounces, we have to go to priority. That's just the way the U.S. Postal Service works. There are some package options that'll do a little bit more than that, but my software doesn't always give us that option. And it's based on size of the product too. So Linda, just so you know, that if you don't get, the way my card is set up is that you should get all of the options. So if you get all of the options, then you're good to go to pick what you want. But if first class is not there, it means the weight and the size of it is too big. Of the order is too big for first class. I don't do parcel post. I may in the future do UPS because the Postal Service has been all over the place with their pricing. So I might use UPS as another option in the future. I just have to figure out how to set that up on my shopping cart. I know I can. I just haven't done that yet. So just so you know. Marianne, oh, thanks. Oh, you're welcome, Marianne. How you feeling? I hope you're doing okay. Stephanie says she's doing the Pasadena cowl. All your mailing info is correct. Oh, you know what, Stephanie? That's probably why you couldn't get it, is because it was already in Linda's cart. Because Linda just bought it, apparently. So, okay. So there you go. That's why. That's another thing too, guys, with my shopping cart. If it's a one-off product like these, if someone else already put it in their cart and is in the process of checking out, you won't be able to do it. That's something I should have mentioned. I'm sorry, Stephanie. That's what happened. So there you go. Unfortunately, when it's a one-of-a-kind product, that's what happens. It locks everybody else out until they're sure that the person who's in the middle of purchasing will get it. And that's for your protection too, so that the person who is checking out and going through the products doesn't lose it in the middle of checking out. So the first person who starts to check out will get it. So I apologize. Okay, Mary Ann, good today. I'm glad you're feeling good today. I I don't know how much you want me to say here on this live. So if you want to tell people what's going on, I'll let you do that. But just know you're in my prayers. But I'm glad you're feeling good today. So that's great. Okay, so any more questions about my sample sale? Because I really want to get to my next topic. Anybody else have a question about the sample sale? Okay, so I had started this, that people and everybody else. Okay, here we go. Marianne. So since Marianne posted, I'll put it up here. She has reoccurring ovarian cancer. She just had surgery like a month ago, I think it was, Marianne, and she's now undergoing chemo. So if for those of you who are praying, please do pray for her. I'm praying for her. So I'm so glad you're feeling good. That's really important. Especially when you're going through these treatments. Believe me, I understand that part of it right now. Those good days are few and far between sometimes. Okay, so like I said before, I hear this all the time in questions. I see it being posted about on social media, other designers, newsletters, knitters all over the place, even in my local yarn shops, the ones I've been into. Well, actually, I've only have one now, but over the last couple of years. And I'm not sure if it's the pandemic that's doing this or not, but people are on stash diets, or they just don't want to add to their stash. They want to start reducing their stash. So next year, starting in January, what I've decided is that I'm going to reduce my stash as well, because I have a lot of one-off skeins. And a lot of them I buy because, oh my gosh, I have this idea in my head of what I'm going to do, and I just never get to it. So I've decided, I mean, I know that I'm going to end up buying more stash, because that's just, it happens. There's somebody doing a closeout sale, or my yarn shop has this new yarn that I want to try for something that's in my head or thing. But next year, starting in January, I am going to do, I'm hoping to do one project a month for 12 months to get rid of my stash, some of my stash. And I'm going to release them as patterns. So there's a couple things I want to do. I want to show you the skeins of yarn that I've chosen to use next year first. And then I want to get your ideas on what types of one skein projects you'd like. Now, granted, all of these are fingering weight yarns that I'm going to show you, because I buy a lot of one-off fingering weight yarns. My plan, because I do have right behind me here, I don't know if you guys can see all that. Not all of it, because there's some of this is worsted too, but these hanks right here are DK weight, and I think there's one worsted weight hank in there. That's not pinpointed for my my crochet along in January. But I want to do, because some of these I might do in a DK weight as well, to give you options kind of things. So these will be patterns I'll release. I'm not sure how I'm going to release them, because next year I've got 18 patterns coming out, and I'm thinking I might start releasing these patterns in 23. But we'll do blog posts on the process of doing these. So I want to show you, I'm going to kind of break them up into colors. So I've got 4 hanks that are solids or tonal colors. The first is Smutzerella. You guys all know how much I love Smutzerella. This is her spectacular base. So I don't know if you can see this sparkle in there. It's a beautiful blue called Time and Relative Dimension and Space. It's her spectacular base, fingering weight, 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 5% stellina. That's what gives the sparkle. And what's really cool about this is that the original stellina is gold, but the dye turned it blue. So even though you can see there's just like, it almost looks silver on the screen, but when you look at it up close, it's blue. The sparkle is blue. So that's one of the tonals. This is a tonal I got several years ago. It's from Palouse Yarn Company. I don't have all the links for these, but you can find all of these online. This is the Palouse Yarn Company. They're here in Idaho, Moscow, Idaho, which is literally across the border from Pullman, Washington, where my daughter went to college. Pullman is only an hour and a half, 2 hours from me where I live now. And literally Palouse Yarn Company is over the border. So probably maybe 2 hours and 15 minutes from me. She's a yarn shop called the Yarn Underground in Moscow, Idaho, but she also dyes the Palouse Yarn Company yarns. And this is her merino fine. It's a fingering weight, 100% superwash merino, and it's a single ply. And it's in this gorgeous, gorgeous gray color. Let's see if she's got the colorway in here. First Frost is the name of the colorway. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, my phone is ringing. So that is my second kind of tonal colorway. And then the last two are from the same dyer, Inner Yarn Zen. You've seen me talk about her before. She did my 20th anniversary colorway for the Into the Deep cowl that I had. This is her Elegance, which is 70% superwash merino, 20% cashmere, and 10% silk. And this is a beautiful blue called, oh, she doesn't have the colorway on here. I'm going to have to ping her and ask her what this colorway is. But this beautiful blue is going to be one of them. And then I also have this gorgeous red, and it's not even showing. It looks orange. This is like a deep, deep Christmas red, honestly, guys. This is called Lady in Red. And this is her Simply Sock base, which is 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon. So those two are from Inner Yarn Zen. So those are the solid colors. Then I'm going to do some like gradient colors. This first one I've had for a couple years as well. This is from October House Fiber Arts, and the colorway is Succulent. And this is her Everlasting Sock, 55 merino, 20% kid mohair, and 25% nylon. It's a superwash merino, guys. But can you see the blue or the green and the grays in there? It's just beautiful. So that's one. Dandelion Daisies is a dyer local to me. Well, when I was living on the other side, but she's always Vens behind me at Fiber Fusion Northwest. And when she's put out this colorway, I had to have it. It's called Hydrangea. It's 100% superwash merino with a high twist. And this colorway is just, I love hydrangeas. So Dandelion and Daisies. I follow her on Instagram. So make sure you follow her on Instagram. If you're on Instagram, check her out. I love her colors. And then the next three are from a dyer I particularly love. I love Katie. Her name is Katie, the dyer behind the brand. She's got a great Instagram feed as well. Her brand is called Yarn Love Yarns. I love her yarn. This is called Oil Slick. And this is 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon. Isn't that cool? It's just gorgeous. This is her Juliet base. Then I have her Princess Buttercup base, which is 65% silk and 35 linen. And again, and this is Tranquil Waters. Just look for Yarn Love Yarns on Instagram, and that's one that's another brand that I recommend following. And then her Juliet colorway again, our base, which is 80% merino, 20% nylon. This is her Juliet base, and it's dark kale is what she calls this one. Isn't that pretty? I love that hot pink at the top. You guys can't see it as much as I can. It's a really deep, dark magenta pink here, but that's going to be. And then I'm doing some speckles. I have 3 left that are kind of speckled. This one is called The Violet Valentine is the brand, and the colorway is Marzipan. And this is her favorite sock base, 80% soft superwash merino and 20 nylon. And she's also a Washington State dyer. She's up near Bellingham, near the border of Canada. So check that out as well. Check her out as well. She's got some great colors. You guys, a lot of you know Emma's yarn. This is Malibu on her Practically Perfect sock, 80% superwash merino, 20 nylon. So this is another one that I'm going to be using. And then last but not least at all, this is Wedgwood Fiber Arts, or Wedgwood Fibers. She's out of Seattle, so she was local to me. This is her fingering weight, and it's 85 superwash merino, 15% nylon, and it's a color oyster shell. Isn't that pretty? It's just got a little bit of color on a white base, or a creamy off-white base. It's got a pretty high twist on it as well. So these are the 12 yarns I'm going to be working on next year. They're all single skeins in my stash. They're all yarns that at one time I had ideas for. This one I still have an idea for, so I don't need an idea for that one. But what I want to know from you guys, they're going to be single skein projects. I need to know what kind of projects you'd like to see, but also, would you like to see, like, would you like me to do, I'm trying to even think about what I want to do, what I want to say. Do you want me to do like every month, pick like a type of a stitch pattern, like maybe 1 month do something that's cabled, maybe 1 month do something that's Tunisian, maybe 1 month do something that has a stitch that I've never done before and design in it, that kind of thing. Good question. Hang on a second here, guys. I've got a couple. Laura, I'm so glad you made it. Hello, I'm glad you're here. And I'm so glad you like the Bigfoot yarns. She's a great dyer. Did you buy it for the shop? Did you wholesale for the shop? Is that what you did? Or did you do it for yourself? I'm just curious. Did you tell her I sent you too? I'm glad you got some stuff. Explain what does base mean? Base means the different yarn fibers that there is. So like Smutzarella has different bases in her fingering weight. So one base that she has is her Spectacular. And that Spectacular, even though it's fingering weight, it's got 75% nylon, 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 5% stellina. She also has, I know I have another skein of hers somewhere here. Here we go. She has her Dude base. So this is her Dude base. Dude is 80% merino and 20% nylon. So when you say base, she might have 3 or 4 different, or even with Yarn Love yarns. So these are all fingering weights, but they all have different fiber contents. So when somebody says in this base or that base, it means, okay, Dude has no stellina in it, and it's 80% merino, and Spectacular is 75% merino and 5% stellina. So has the stellina in it. It still has 20% nylon, but the merino goes down because of the stellina that's been added to it. So that makes, hopefully that makes sense to you, what I mean by when I say base. Oh, great. I'm so glad, Laura. She does some really fabulous dyeing. I'm really glad that you ordered from her. She's great. Mittens, fingerless mitts. Let me write these things down. I saw that, Marianne, I saw your fingerless mitts. And mittens. And small cowls. And new stitches. Okay, so that's good. And then Laura says new stitches or techniques on a pillow square would be kind of cool. It would help with repetition. Okay, pillow squares would be good ideas. I didn't even think about that with pillow. Any other projects? I mean, do you guys like hats? Do you guys like scarves? Do you like shawlettes that are small shawls that only one skein, but it's we've got cowls down. Trying to think what else is out there. One skein that I could do. Headbands. Anybody? I didn't even think about pillow projects, and I've got a skein here that would be. I have an idea for the stitch, but new stitch techniques would be great. Actually, with this one, that's what gave me the idea. I'm going to do a new to me stitch. I'm going to learn the stitch first, and then I'm going to design with it. So things like that. So somebody said hats. Stephanie, actually, with the squares to make a lap gown, that's coming in 2023. So I have a class I used to teach that I'm going to be doing with that. So that won't be with these skeins, but that is coming. See, hats from Renee and ear warmers. Ear warmers are good. Shawlettes. Scarves, guys. Anybody want scarves? Saw ear warmers. Anything else? I'm just trying to think other one skein projects. Ear warmer and cowl to match. That would be more than one skein in crochet, especially in fingering weight and DK weight. That would definitely be, but they would be. I mean, I could do them in different colors and, but use the same stitch pattern, that kind of thing. So that's an option. Oh, wow. Laura, yeah, I know my kids, when they went to college, we went through their hats and scarves that I made them and that they had gotten as gifts. And it's amazing how many they have. And even myself, I can't even tell you, I went through my drawer the other day and I can't believe how many hats and scarves or gloves I have. One of the things I do want to do is I want to design a kid's hat that I can make for my nieces or my great nieces and nephews that I can make in different sizes and use them and maybe as the models for the actual samples. So, and use different weights of yarn and different colors and stuff like that. So that's one of the things. Scarves are great. Okay. So any other home decor type thing? We've got pillows. I can't think of anything else besides blankets. And I don't want to necessarily use fingering weight and DK weight in these types of skeins for blankets. Pillows, yeah, I would definitely do that because these are one skein projects. I don't want to do squares because I feel like there's a lot of people out there that do squares. Other than this would be like, okay, I'm going to take this yarn and I'm going to work with a new stitch and I'm going to make a pillow out of it. But for a lap gown or an afghan, I've got other ideas for that. So we're not going to worry about squares for an afghan kind of thing. Doilies is a good idea. I think more on the mandala side, using mandalas. But right now doilies are kind of like the old fashioned thing and I don't want to necessarily do that. I want to do things that people want to make, and doilies is not one of the things that people want to make right now. And granny squares, don't even suggest granny squares to me. I've had enough of granny squares for a while. In fact, my husband and I were watching a show last night and someone gave someone else on that show a granny square cardigan and I almost turned around and walked out of the room because I'm so tired of granny squares. Not that I have anything against granny squares, but there's so much more to crochet than granny squares. So I just want to mention that. Cafe curtains that are a little bit lacy, decorative. For me, not with fingering weight necessarily that I would do that. but that's an idea for something else that I have an idea for. So I'm going to write that down. And remember, these are one skein projects, and cafe curtains will probably take more than one skein. But I'm going to write that down because I want to. Okay. Let's see. Did I see Jason Momoa? Is that the guy that's in the Equalizer? Because I don't know what his name is in real life, but I know him on the Equalizer, and he has been on like the Jim Gaffigan show and stuff like that. If it's the same guy, yes. But I was just like, no more granny squares. Some doilies can be made large and into fancy wrist warmers. That's true. That is true. He did Aquaman. No, then I don't know if he's the same guy, if he did Aquaman or not. I am not into Marvel at all. So I don't understand the appeal. Never did. Never liked comic books. I liked the original Batman, and I liked the Batman with oh God, what was his name? I just saw he was doing an interview the other day. Not Kevin Costner. It's can't think of his name. But those are the only two that of any of the Marvels that I like. He did Batman before Val Kilmer did in that same series. Oh gosh, I can't think of the name. So anyway, yeah, no, I don't know anything about who's the characters in what Marvel show. So I'll have to look up. Doris Chan, her mother made pineapple doilies, and she just, yes. And I do that too. In fact, my Pineapple Dreams shawl that's in my pineapple. Michael Keaton. Thank you, Stephanie. Yes, Michael Keaton. It's like I was like, my brain just would not go there. Yes. In fact, if you look at my Pineapple Passion book, Pineapple Dreams is from a doily pattern that it was in my Nonna stash. I modified it to make it fit more into a shawl shape. But it is basically a doily that I exploded. She calls it exploded lace. Doris Chan loves to talk about exploded lace. And that is something that I might do. But when people say doilies themselves, I would not necessarily design doilies. I would maybe take an idea from a doily and expand it into Doris's exploded lace kind of thing. And yes, Michael Keaton. Oh, gosh, why couldn't I not remember his name? Anyway, guys, it is a little after 10, but you guys have given me so many ideas. But if you have more, let me know. I'm going to do my closing, and then I'll come back to the chat. But if something pops into your head, let me know. So thank you guys for watching. Anybody who is new and has watched the end, I really appreciate it. Just as a reminder, make sure you check out my website at KarenWhooley.com. And while you're there, make sure you sign up for my newsletter. I gave you the whole spiel at the beginning of this about my newsletter, but don't forget you get all those perks. If you're not watching on YouTube, check out my YouTube channel. This is the link to my YouTube channel. And if you're not watching on Rumble, you can check out my Rumble channel. I always upload these again at Rumble after the fact. So make sure you check out Rumble as well. And finally, you can follow me on Instagram at Karen Whooley, no spaces in my name. I'm pretty active there usually. So make sure that you check that out. Okay, guys. I am done for the day. I didn't realize how late it was. I have a call to make in about 15 minutes. So I need to go. But if you guys have any other ideas, let me know. Marianne, I'm praying for you. So don't forget about that. Yes. And if tomorrow you try to contact me, I will be offline all day. I won't be back until Friday if I'm feeling better. It's been a really rough week this week. So just so you guys know, so that if you don't hear from me if you contact me and you don't hear from me until Friday or Friday afternoon, it's because I'm still trying to deal with stuff. So just so you guys know. But anyway, have a great rest of your week. Have a great weekend, and I will see you next Wednesday. Bye, y'all.